in a family of elite combat athletes and top-tier performers. The final boss has always stood out, even when he was just a blue chipper. But there wouldn't be a final boss. There wouldn't even be a bloodline if it wasn't for The Rock's grandfather, the High Chief Peter Maivia. You can think of him as the first boss. Predecessor to the tribal chief.
He is one of, if not the foundation for our family. The Anoa'i Fatu Maivia wrestling dynasty. I don't think there's anybody more responsible for what's going on now than the High Chief himself.
Peter Maivia isn't simply one of the two principals behind the sacred blood bond. He's also an incredibly decorated professional wrestler who traveled the world and won titles everywhere he went. New Zealand, Japan, Europe, and here in the United States, where he enjoyed especially successful runs in Hawaii and California. Maivia would eventually find his way to WWE, engaging in legendary battles with the likes of superstar Billy Graham. His larger-than-life personality would win the WWE Universe over in short order, as it had throughout his entire career. In the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia was a potent blend of brawn and grappling technique, often muscling his opponents down to the mat through a variety of joint locks and then switching to more painful holds once grounded. His sleeper hold and stump puller were both feared and renowned, and make no mistake about it, Maivia knew there was always more than one path to the ultimate victory. Out of the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia also ran one of the most successful wrestling promotions on the planet, Polynesian Pro Wrestling, based out of Hawaii, showing his mastery of the business in every aspect. His induction into WWE's Hall of Fame class of 2008 was supremely deserved, forever enshrining Peter Maivia as the legend he always was. And now, we present to you the opportunity to walk in the boots of the legendary High Chief Peter Maivia, facing off against one of the most legendary WWE rivals, George the Animal Steele. You will settle this score once and forever, and showcase the overwhelming strength of Peter Maivia, which has ever since remained as a hallmark for every single solitary member of this bloodline. Steele is no easy battle, though. He thrives in the chaos, one of pro wrestling's true madmen. He'll even try to eat part of the ring if he thinks it'll help him break you down. So do your best and honor High Chief Peter Maivia properly with a resounding victory.
Uh-oh, somebody called the local zoo.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is a steel cage match. Introducing first, from Detroit, Michigan, weighing in at 275 pounds, George the Animal Steele.
I'm not even sure the cage can contain this man.
And strolling down the aisle, the opponent of George Steele, Peter Maivia.
Always a chaotic matchup.
His opponent from the Isle of Samoa, weighing in at 275 pounds,
Steel had better keep an eye on Maivia because Maivia is a true brawler. Few men can handle the chaos of the animal inside a steel cage, but I believe the High Chief is ready.
Maivia carrying such pride into the ring.
Very stark contrast to Steel. We'll see which prevails tonight.
High Chief Peter Maivia taking on George the Animal Steel in a steel cage match. Double leg takedown. Gonna stack them up here. Look at
Pinned. Oh, turning the pin around.
And he kicks out.
Still too fresh to stay down.
Headbutt to the back of the neck. Some folks call Peter Maivia the Flying Hawaiian, and the reasons are obvious for that moniker. But guys, how has he earned the other nickname of the High Chief?
Well, Cole, Peter Maivia is very close to the Anawa'i family. In fact, Peter's considered a blood brother to the patriarch of that clan. When you add on the fact that Maivia was born and raised in Samoa, you can see the great pride he has for that land and its people in the tribal ink that covers his body.
What a chop!
That'll let you up. Textbook side headlock takeover. Really wrenching it. Measured up nicely.
Fist drop! Peter Maivia very tough, but he also has movie star good looks. Quite the combo.
And it served him well, Michael. In fact, the High Chief has major acting and stunt work credits to his name. And who knows? Maybe we'll see the Maivia name on Hollywood billboards again sometime. Well, before any of that happens, the High Chief needs to survive this war against the animal. Using the cranium.
Placed him in the corner here.
These two have learned each other so well.
Boom! The High Chief just refusing to be intimidated.
The animal has no idea what to make of Maivia.
Peter Maivia now with the upper hand.
Yeah, and Maivia has really figured the animal out here.
George the Animal Steel might be a bit of an underdog here. In fact, he lost a match by countout to the High Chief.
In Steel's defense, I'm not sure he knows how to count exactly or how to read a rule book. So he's got to be happy to be in this cage. Well, Maivia is called the High Chief in part because of his commanding presence in the ring. He's more than ready for what the animal will throw at him, even inside a cage.
We've seen that Steel isn't above using a foreign object to gain the edge against Maivia, so he's got to have the advantage.
That puts an end to that, thank goodness. No, don't you dare. Don't you dare! This maniac's out of control. Just a sure sign of desperation. Just rake in the face. This is outright disrespectful.
The High Chief Peter Maivia really making a name for himself at WWE, but he's had plenty of experience on the way up.
Plenty of championships on the West Coast, but he's made the biggest splash in Hawaii where he earned multiple tag team titles. Oh yeah, Maivia is a huge celebrity on the islands. In fact, I've heard some consider him the personification of Maui.
Oh, and it's reversed.
Oof, good punch. Nasty.
Maivia isn't being given a chance to breathe.
And the animal's unorthodox style proving too much for Maivia to handle. Oh, what a boot. Ooh.
George beats him to the punch.
Headbutt.
George the Animal Steel is not a wrestler by any stretch of the imagination, guys. He's a true brawler.
And he might be the best brawler in WWE, Michael. There is no shortage of fight in the animal. But you know who might be a better brawler, guys? The High Chief Peter Maivia. And when you consider that Maivia is also an excellent high flyer and a great technician, well, you can see why the High Chief is the favorite in this match, even with the steel cage stipulation. Sent to the corner.
Moving him onto the top turnbuckle.
Ooh.
trouble up on the top rope. Nasty arm drag.
A move from that height could rearrange your bones. Took him out the knee.
When a man like Peter Maivia signs up for a match with the Animal, he doesn't know what to expect, just to expect anything in the world.
Peter Maivia knows full well that he's in for some unusual treatment tonight. In fact, Steel often has trouble finding opponents due to his erratic nature.
But when it comes to competition, the High Chief wants to prove he's worthy of that name. Peter Maivia will take on any competitor, no matter the difficulty.
Uh-oh, going up the wall, the steel cage now.
Flying!
Peter Maivia is looking unstoppable now.
And you can see Steel is struggling to weather the storm with the High Chief.
Still gonna take a massive effort to keep him down.
Able to fight by him.
Double leg takedown, got the shoulders down.
Oh, look at this, reverses the leverage.
He's already done so much damage. What else could he want to do?
Chop!
Ooh, walloped by a huge club. Down to Odin, and a double axe handle smash.
Uppercut! Man, and he's being totally cut off here.
Steel now just trying to survive.
Oh my goodness, dribbling the opponent's head like a basketball. And into the corner he goes.
Oh, goodness! Wasn't expecting. Oh, look at the start of this. Could be going into the playbook for submission.
Expertly manipulating the joints and muscles in the arm.
You can really see how excruciating this hold is.
Able to punch his way out. Punish him.
Into the pin. Could be over for Maivia. He breaks the ref's count after one.
Kicking out now sends a very clear message. Steel turning Maivia into the hunted here, looking to dethrone the High Chief. Ooh, and a shot to the body and another.
The Animal has to be elated to be in this steel cage against one of his biggest rivals, no less.
Yeah, Byron, we've seen the Animal brandish a weapon against Peter Maivia before when it was against the rules. The High Chief better be prepared for Steel to get even crazier.
Oh, Maivia is prepared, all right. The man is extremely tough and agile. In fact, the High Chief's entire body can be considered a weapon.
From way up, he fails to connect.
Oof!
Look at this heel hook. This is how you punish your opponent, and he's enjoying every minute of it.
Incoming.
Headbutt to the gut!
And that core area really getting lit up.
Rocked with a headbutt, but not done yet. A second one.
Boom! That last shot did major damage. Blood's running down his face.
Oh!
Lariat.
Good Lord.
That was nasty.
Oh my goodness.
Just punishing their opponent's stiff kick.
Kick lands.
Maivia just dominated the Animal with that one.
George is tied up here. Backbreaker. No way Steel's coming back from that. He's trying again.
Into a backbreaker. Does Peter Maivia have this sewn up?
2. And the High Chief defeats the Animal.
Here is your winner, High Chief Peter
Anytime these two have faced off, it's been eye for an eye. But the steel cage has finally delivered a decisive victory for the High Chief, Peter Maivia.
George Steele is one tough animal, but the way Maivia faced him in the cage tonight just reinforced what everyone already knew, that the High Chief is one tough Samoan.
She's not like most girls. She's also not like most WWE superstars. Nia Jax, the reigning queen of the ring, is a reckoning, a force of nature that blitzes right through her competition. A cousin of The Rock, Nia Jax arrived in NXT almost 10 years ago with astronomical expectations. Undaunted, Nia Jax would dominate early opponents, finding herself competing for the NXT Women's Championship mere months after her debut. It did not take long for those running Raw and SmackDown to take notice.
Well, our next pick, Nia Jax.
And Nia Jax would join the Raw roster as part of the 2016 draft lottery. And since joining the main roster, absolutely no one has been safe from Nia Jax. She is a two-time women's champion. She is a two-time women's tag team champion. She competed in the men's Royal Rumble match in 2019, even getting an elimination while in the ring.
Nia Jax looking to eliminate, she does!
She's battled standouts like Charlotte, Bayley, and Becky Lynch. And all the while, she has left undeniable destruction in her wake. In the ring, she applies many of the same tactics that once benefited Yokozuna, even using her own version of the Banzai Drop, known as the Annihilator. And just like its namesake, if it connects, your night is over. And Nia Jax remains driven for even more success, jumping at any opportunity to prove her dominance. This last year, that included entering into the 2024 Queen of the Ring tournament after earning victories over Naomi, Jade Cargill, and Bianca Belair. Nia Jax would fight her way into the finals, taking on former NXT Women's Champion Lyra Valkyria. Valkyria built a lot of momentum, defeating Dakota Kai, Zoe Stark, and Io Sky to punch her ticket into the final at the Queen and King of the Ring. With an obvious game plan, Lyra would look to stick and move, avoiding the colossal attacks of her opponent. Unfortunately, as often happens when competing against Nia Jax, Lyra made one miscalculation, and that error in judgment provided Nia Jax with the opening she needed to annihilate her competition. This is your opportunity to crown the first queen in Bloodline history. Make Lyra suffer. Make her regret ever entering your ring. Showcase the otherworldly power that forces an entire roster to cower in your presence. Because when you're an irresistible force like Nia Jax, resistance is futile.
And now a dark horse will face an unforgiving titan in hopes to don the crown. Lyra Valkyria versus Nia Jax in the Queen of the Ring Finals.
The following is the final match in the Queen of the Ring Tournament. Introducing first, from San Diego, California, Nia Jax.
I cannot wait to witness what unfolds here. The irresistible force has been on a tear recently.
And Nia believes the crown already belongs to her. Will Jax's menacing presence and sheer power be too much for Valkyria to overcome? Or can Lyra write a happy ever after ending to her Cinderella story?
Valkyria fancies herself a Morgan, which is an Irish goddess of war. As they were on the battlefield, they used to take the shape of ravens to fly around and decide who would live and who would die. That is what Lyra Valkyria is bringing to the ring here tonight.
And her opponent, from Dublin, Ireland, Lyra Valkyria!
Lyra Valkyria may have read a little too much fantasy in her day, and now is reality. Lyra Valkyria is about to go toe-to-toe with a real-life, fire-breathing dragon in the form of Nia Jax. Nia Jax, who's in the best physical condition of her career, tonight will make someone. Will it be Lyra? Will it be Nia? We'll find out in a matter of moments.
And guys, you win the crown. Guess what waits for you in August?
A date with the champion of your respective brand at SummerSlam.
And it's all come down to this, the finals. And Nia now misses wildly. Lyra goes up over the top. Nia's got it caught, though.
Lyra trying to rely on her technique to bring down the irresistible force, but having no luck at the moment.
Well, I'm not sure this is going to work either.
Jax just entirely too strong, but whoa!
That was interesting.
Oh, nice athleticism by Valkyria. Even Jax might be a little impressed.
I wouldn't go that far, Saxton. Here comes Nia, just imposing her will on Lyra Valkyria.
Again, Lyra showing how resourceful she is, applying the sleeper to Nia Jax. Lyra tried to hold on.
And now Nia Jax in control, and she's going to look to put Lyra away. Nobody home! Set outside the ring, and Valkyria's got a chance.
Huge window of opportunity. Right now for Lyra Valkyria to strike. Lyra may actually pull this off. Lyra may become queen. Lyra has the advantage. She has Nia reeling.
But Lyra can't win queen of the ring with Jax on the outside. This match has to end in the ring. Anything can happen in WWE. It used to be a tagline, but it's the truth. And Lyra Valkyria is living it.
Over the last 12 months, Lyra has already knocked off the likes of Becky Lynch and Io Sky, but she's never faced anyone the size of Jax. This is a first for her career.
What a headbutt.
Well, if you're Lyra Valkyria, what do you do to pull off a massive upset tonight?
Well, Lyra's a technical wizard, Cole. In fact, from a technique perspective, she may actually have Nia Jax outgunned. And beyond relying on her technique, if I'm Lyra, I'm going to try to frustrate Nia. I don't know how possible that is, but if you frustrate Nia, she may make a crucial mistake.
They are doing whatever they please. Many in the WWE Universe getting their first look at Lyra Valkyria. She's only had 3 main roster matches so far, and they were all in this tournament.
Big wins over Dakota Kai, Zoe Stark, and Io Sky over the last 3 weeks. That's an extremely impressive start for Lyra.
Wow, undefeated for 3 weeks? When Nia Jax joined the main roster, she didn't lose a match for over 7 months, and Jax has stayed that dominant for years.
Golly, Nia is just cornering Valkyria. Jax abusing Lyra, showing no mercy. I think it's a preview of what kind of queen Nia Jax would be.
The kind of queen that will happily send victims to the guillotine.
There's so many moves at Nia's disposal that she can end this match with. For Lyra, not nearly as much.
Yeah, I can't imagine it'll be easy for Valkyria to pick up Nia Jax and drop her with the Nightwing.
Please, let's call the move by its real name. It's a Samoan driver. You think Nia Jax doesn't have the Samoan driver scouted?
Able to avoid damage with an evasive maneuver. Nia looking to end this thing. Oh, man! That looks like it hurts.
And Lyra only finds herself on the defensive.
And the irresistible Valkyria crushed in the corner by Jax.
Squashing Lyra in the corner, and the beginning of the end may be near. And Nia now, with Lyra on her back, going to climb up to the second rope.
This is a scary situation for Lyra. Oh, look at this. Maybe not.
No way. There's no way.
Oh, my.
Oh, no. Good night, Annihilator.
Here is your winner and the new Queen of the Ring, Nia Jax.
What a victory to the brand new Queen of the Ring.
Nia said she would do it, and she backed up her claims.
And now the Chief Content Officer of WWE and Triple H going to come in to congratulate Nia Jax, officially crown her the Queen of the Ring.
Absolute dominance by the new Queen.
I'm sure you will agree with your wise man. Many WWE superstars say they will do whatever it takes in order to achieve success. Quite often, it's a bunch of BS. But if you're lucky, you may run into someone who is willing to look out for the group. Someone willing to make sacrifices. And for this family, there was no one better than Rikishi. After the Head Shrinkers run in WWE came to an end, Rikishi, then known as Fatu, would go on a journey of self-discovery. This journey would lead to him taking on the name Rikishi, a subtle nod to his cousin Yokozuna, as well as an opportunity to start fresh with a global audience.
Well, my dad, when he became the Rikishi character, when you think about Samoan wrestlers, right, or mean, or aggressive, he made it like his own flavor, right? He had the blonde hair, still carried the aggressiveness, but I think he just wanted to add like a little flavor to it. But it became even more popular to our culture.
Rikishi blitzed WWE from the jump, devastating opponents with new tricks and winning people over with his fat-ass dance moves.
That Rikishi is fat, all right. P-H-A-T.
And with this wave of newfound momentum came even more success, with Rikishi capturing the WWE Intercontinental Championship and displaying incredible athleticism in iconic moments like when he dove off the top of the steel cage. The year 2000 belonged to Rikishi. But little did anyone know, Rikishi held a dark secret regarding a decision he'd made not for his own benefit, but for the benefit of the family. It was at the 1999 Survivor Series that Stone Cold Steve Austin was hit by a car in the arena parking lot, forcing him from the main event later that night for the WWE Championship. For nearly a year, all of WWE was consumed with figuring out who was driving that damn car and why Austin was targeted in the first place. The verdict came in. The car was driven by Rikishi. Rikishi would stand strong.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, I didn't do it for me. I did it for The Rock.
What?
Rikishi would lay out a years-long gripe that WWE preferred Steve Austin to The Rock, and so Rikishi had made sure that The Rock's only competition had been removed from the picture. Rikishi sacrificed his own popularity to reach this goal. The Rock thrived while Austin was on the shelf. for Rikishi. The struggle and fall was all worth it. Rikishi knew that he would eventually have to face off with the Texas Rattlesnake to answer for his sins. And he welcomed that meeting with open arms. What Rikishi was unprepared for was for WWE to stack the deck entirely, looking to make Rikishi pay for taking out their golden goose. Stone Cold Steve Austin was allowed to drive his truck directly to the ring and was generally given the freedom to do whatever the hell he wanted in the name of revenge. We are going to make things right. This time, when Rikishi and Stone Cold Steve Austin lock horns, there will be no stacking of the deck. Someone willing to give of himself so that his family, this family, can succeed, deserves better. So get in there and showcase the never say die spirit that has led this family to victory time and time and time and time and time and time again. Use whatever weapon you can get your hands on and prove to Stone Cold Steve Austin that you will do anything for the people.
Is it legal to not show up? Rikishi has brutalized Austin lately.
Austin will be here, Byron. I just refuse to think anything else.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is a no-holds-barred match. Introducing first, from the Isle of Samoa, weighing in at 424 pounds,
We have learned more about Rikishi in the last couple of weeks than we knew about him his entire career here in WWE. He said he ran over Austin not for himself, but for The Rock.
Right, and now he's coming out here, and I guess if Austin doesn't show up, the general manager is going to have to come out here and declare this is a forfeit, and Rikishi's going to win it. This man makes me sick. Is he here?
Well, there's the Rattlesnake's music.
He's here. Austin's here. Stone Cold Steve Austin came here with no fear, no hesitation, just revenge.
His opponent, from Victoria, Texas, weighing in at 252 pounds, Stone Cold Steve
Austin fought for his life to make it back here, to make Rikishi pay.
Now there is no way Rikishi can escape the Texas Rattlesnake.
It's been almost a year since Austin competed in the ring. Austin is a man possessed. Rikishi feels good about running over Austin and said he'd do it again. That man is sick.
Well, Rikishi made two mistakes. One, trying to end Austin's life. And two, not being man enough to finish the job. Austin's going to absolutely tee off on Rikishi.
This one is going to get ugly in a hurry.
We now know the sick, demented side of Rikishi. Rikishi almost cost Austin his life. Instead, he's here tonight to finish the job.
Listen, Rikishi has seen members of his family be skipped over while other superstars skyrocketed to unimaginable heights. Rikishi feels it's The Rock's time, not Austin's.
It's been a month of stunning revelations, all leading to the in-ring return of Stone Cold. We've talked so much about motives leading into this match. In my view, Rikishis are delusional. His family have been given equal opportunities, and they all took full advantage of them.
Yeah, my blood boils at the propaganda Rikishi's been selling. But I'll tell you about the most legitimate motive in this story, and that is payback for Stone Cold. Austin nearly had his life taken from him, and there is no greater reason to stomp the tar out of somebody than that.
That kick will stop you in your tracks. And now he gets back into the ring.
Oh, yeah, Rikishi is feeling the energy right now.
And looking at my monitor, it just makes me sick to my stomach watching Rikishi. This is a man who has no remorse and feels justified for running Austin down like a dog.
Look, to be devil's advocate, you've got to look at Rikishi's perspective. He's proud of his Samoan lineage and saw an opportunity to give his people a leg up in the Shark Tank that is WWE.
Are you serious, Corey? Rikishi ran over another human being. We're fortunate that it only put Austin on the shelf for 10 months instead of his whole life. It's sick that you would even condone what Rikishi did.
Don't twist my words, Saxton. I'm not saying I condone Rikishi's actions. I'm just saying I understand them. What now? What now? That's what I love about WWE. There's no telling where the matches will go.
And though The Rock wants nothing to do with this altercation, we have to mention the sadness Rikishi has brought to him.
Rock might be innocent in this whole ordeal, but I feel that somewhere inside his soul, The Rock is happy with what Rikishi's done. The Rock is proud to have Rikishi and his family.
No, Corey, what kind of lies are you trying to spread? We've heard Rock say Rikishi deserves what Austin is going to bring him. There's no family pride in that statement.
I'm just saying that blood is thicker than water, and it's been an easier ride for Rock without Austin in the picture. And that's thanks to Rikishi.
Sounds more like Rikishi is trying to take credit for all the Rock's success.
DDT!
Just a frenzied assault from Austin.
Austin not looking like roadkill now.
He sure as hell doesn't. And bringing out the hockey stick, or as it's known in Swamp Town, the big tomahawk.
Austin stomping at Rikishi's heart. That's if Rikishi even has a damn heart.
Good grief. Austin getting himself some Texas rattlesnake retribution on Rikishi.
Corey, Austin has been out of in-ring action for nearly a year. Does any possible ring rust factor into this match?
Well, maybe if this actually was a match, but this isn't about arm drags. It's not about drop kicks. This is a fight, and there is never any rust on Stone Cold when it comes to fighting.
He's looking for something. This could get dangerous.
A shovel? Don't use a shovel!
Beating down with a shovel, straight pummeling them with it. So much disdain with each of these shots. Something about this is starting to feel way more personal. We talk a lot about Austin being prepared for the fight. Talk about the rattlesnake preparing to make Rikishi a dead man. Well, right now it's Rikishi doing the brawling. Rikishi's disdain for Austin looks greater than even we anticipated.
Lift it up. What's next? And Byron, I just cannot see any legitimate reason to run over Stone Cold like Rikishi did last Survivor Series.
Austin and Rikishi trading heavy artillery on the outside, and here comes the rattlesnake.
Stone Cold Steve Austin fired up and revenge on his mind.
You got to think about how bad Austin has wanted this ever since Survivor Series last year. Been dying to get his hands on Rikishi.
All of that venom, all of the vitriol inside of Austin being unleashed on Rikishi right now.
Remember, this is no holds barred. Anything goes.
Austin has Rikishi down. The rattlesnake is red hot. And do you hear this capacity crowd? They want more from Stone Cold. All that he wants to see Rikishi get beaten down like a pile of human filth. Just pounding away.
And we know how despicable Rikishi has been, but to throw vinegar on the rattlesnake's nest, Rikishi goes and destroys Austin's truck with a sledgehammer.
Oh, hell hath no fury like him. Oh, hold on. Is he thinking of a submission here?
Stunning display of power.
He's in a bad position now.
Resisting as much as he can, but for how much longer?
Taps out from the excruciating pain.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this...
It's a miracle Austin survived being run over by Rikishi. Now a pissed off Texas rattlesnake is on the loose and out for revenge.
It took Austin almost a year to recover from the injuries he he suffered in that heinous attack. You can't blame Austin for the damage he inflicts on Rikishi tonight.
Byron, the lesser man wouldn't have survived. Stone Cold promised that Rikishi's days of walking above ground are over. This is no holds barred.
The steel chair. Looks like he's opted to go with the simple but effective statement here. He's got the table, and I can only imagine what he's thinking of doing with it.
With authority!
Chucked that chair right at him.
And this is really getting out of hand here. Someone needs to step in.
Delivered into the barricade.
And he tosses him back in now.
Oh, and a double axe handle.
Incredible height. And looking at my monitor, it just makes me sick to my stomach watching Rikishi. This is a man who has no remorse and feels justified for running Austin down like a dog.
Look, to be devil's advocate, you've got to look at Rikishi's perspective. He's proud of his Samoan lineage and saw an opportunity to give his people a leg up in the shark tank that is WWE.
Are you serious, Corey? Rikishi ran over another human being. We're fortunate that it only put Austin on the shelf for 10 months instead of his whole life. It's sick that you would even condone what Rikishi did.
Don't twist my words, Saxton. I'm not saying I condone Rikishi's actions. I'm just saying I understand them.
This conflict is beyond disturbing. Corey, let's go into Rikishi's mind when it comes to defeating Stone Cold.
Rikishi has to be prepared to endure an emotional storm like he's never felt before. The big man must recover from that and use his weight to immobilize the rattlesnake, because we know Austin will not stay down.
Oh boy, I think we know what he has in store next.
Face first into the chair.
And though The Rock wants nothing to do with this altercation, we have to mention the sadness Rikishi has brought to him.
Rock might be innocent in this whole ordeal, but I feel that somewhere inside his soul, The Rock is happy with what Rikishi's done. The Rock is proud to have Rikishi and his family.
No, Corey, what kind of lies are you trying to spread? We've heard Rock say Rikishi deserves what Austin is going to bring him. There's no family pride in that statement.
I'm just saying that blood is thicker than water, and it's been an easier ride for Rock without Austin in the picture. And that's thanks to Rikishi.
Sounds more like Rikishi is trying to take credit for all The Rock's success. I can't begin to imagine what he's got planned here, guys.
Maybe it's a yard sale.
He quickly slides into the ring. And what need is there to go looking under the apron like this?
He's about to make this more chaotic in the Battle of Hudson. This is certainly an effective use of a foreign object.
You saw that being telegraphed.
And Byron, I just cannot see any legitimate reason to run over.
Austin and Rikishi trading heavy artillery on the outside, and here comes the rattlesnake.
Stone Cold Steve Austin fired up and revenge on his mind.
We got to think about how bad Austin has wanted this ever since Survivor Series last year. Been dying to get his hands on Rikishi.
All of that venom, all of the vitriol inside of Austin being unleashed on Rikishi right now.
Remember, this is no holds barred. Anything goes.
Austin has Rikishi down. The rattlesnake is red hot. And do you hear this capacity crowd? They want more from Stone Cold. All but he wants to see Rikishi get beaten down like a pile of human filth. Brought back into the ring from the floor now.
Stone Cold letting his feelings towards his opponent be well known.
And Rikishi lately has been calling himself a visionary, a pioneer. All a bunch of garbage, if you ask me.
Well, those aren't self-imposed labels, Cole. Those labels are coming from the family, coming from a group of wrestling legends who are proud of Rikishi for standing up and making a change in this business.
I have a few labels for Rikishi. Coward, liar, embarrassment. Those fit him well.
Face first off the barricade.
Stone Cold in some serious trouble.
Rikishi with an onslaught here against Austin. Dare I say, Stone Cold could be in trouble. Rikishi feeling the pride of his family with every ounce of damage he delivers to Stone Cold.
And we know how despicable Rikishi has been, but to Austin struck with a sledgehammer.
Well, hell hath no fury like a man who has his car tampered with. It's just extra motivation for every fist Austin lands in this fight. Has them hooked, looking for sliced bread. What a counter! Power slam! What a headbutt!
Hoisted up into the snap suplex. Brutality. There has been a lot of vitriol coming from fans towards Rikishi these past few weeks, and this Albany crowd is continuing that pattern of disdain.
You think Rikishi cares about the fans, though? No, not at all. He truly believes he's done something for his family, for his people. His family's respect is the only respect he's desperate for. And Austin fends him off. Get this back into the ring now.
And Rikishi putting a little you-know-what on it right here.
Heads outside the ring.
And no countouts means he can take his time.
Looks like he's coming back in.
He wants this fight on the outside.
Big shot with the steps. I don't care who you are, that'll stop you in your tracks.
Scary mindset for the
In there with the cover. Is this a no, it isn't. He kicked out, he kicked out.
Are you kidding me? Had the foresight to get out of that one.
He's headed out to the ringside area.
Oh, yeah, Rikishi is feeling the energy right now. Right to the throat.
And the action is getting a little too close for comfort here.
Uh-oh, don't bring the fight over here.
Better clear out, guys.
Oh, my God.
And Rikishi slows Austin down with a thunderous right.
Austin's in trouble. And now steel chair. Oh, and Austin, he just averted disaster there.
And now Austin gonna deliver the punishment with the steel chair.
A relentless Texas rattlesnake beating the brakes off of Rikishi with a steel chair.
And again, thunderous blows by Austin. Down goes Rikishi. Austin beating the hell out of him.
I know Austin has good reason to be doing all this, but he could be taking it too far at this point.
I don't think the rattlesnake has taken it far enough, Corey. Austin wants to put Rikishi's life in danger, just like Rikishi did to him.
He's getting back up, but I don't think he's gonna like what he finds. There's press. Here comes Austin.
Hammered away with the right hand. Austin decompression. 10 months of frustration into the single most important ass whooping of his life.
What are they going to do outside here?
Snake eyes.
That's it. Turn out the lights. The party's over.
With the counter.
Rikishi hoisting up his opponent. Rikishi driver. Rikishi got all of it.
And he gets delivered back into the ring. Cover. Oh, rolled the shoulder out at the last moment.
How is that not 3? Vicious, downright savage glove right there. Suplex.
Rapid fire Samoan drop.
Great awareness from Austin. Austin with a
gets his payback.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout, Stone Cold Steve Austin!
Stone Cold made Rikishi pay the price for every day he had to rehab his injuries so he could make it back to WWE. Now you know, Rikishi, don't mess with the rattlesnake.